Other than that, there's two other elements in terms of Twitter that you need to be comfortable with, and it's the concept of retweet. So anytime you would see like an RT in front of a message that goes out, that means I'm taking a message somebody else posted and retweeting it under mine. And I'm still giving that person credit for it. Right. And then finally is replies. I can personally reply to somebody that had a comment I liked or disliked. We were talking about the cats. If somebody posted something about a trade that could be or could not be going on, and I wanted to comment because I either really disagree or really believe what he's saying, I can send him a specific comment directly back. He gets it personally, and we start up a conversation. We don't know who he is, but we really like the content he's posting and the conversation he's trying to have. When I talk about shortener, it's actually URL shortener. You ever look at the URLs in a browser, CNN.com, Facebook, they're 75 characters, 100 characters long. You can only have 140 characters on Twitter. So it kills whatever you would want to say about that link. Well, what you can do is take one of those links, copy and paste it, and use a tool like trim, tr.im, or bit.ly, bit.ly, and you paste that URL, it shortens it into 25 characters. So instead of posting that huge long one, I'm posting a much smaller one, goes to the same place, plus I can get a bunch of analytics. How many people clicked on it? Because that's what I'm really interested in. As soon as I send out a tweet, you'll see within a matter of seconds, either a ton of people clicking on it, nobody clicking on it, but you can track all of that. So you know whether or not people are actually reading what you're posting. Yeah?
When you do that reply,
yeah.
Is that reply only for that one person, or is it like a blog?
It's a public timeline, so whatever you put out there on Twitter, except a direct message, will show up. But you're only replying to that one person. It'll show up in their feed, and it'll show up in your feed, but nobody else's. You had a question? Now you got a bunch of more headaches to take care of. Yeah, I mean, and that's part of it. I mean, whether you're not comfortable with it or ignorant about it, people are still using it. Your customers are still on there talking about you. How can we listen? How do we need to respond? And that's a really critical piece, because other people are going to read that, and I would much rather read responses and testimonials on the web than any direct mailing you're going to send out, because those are personal interactions. Now, how do you, in terms of the difference between Twitter and blogging, Twitter is microblogging, which means you only get 140 characters to say what you want. But blogging is a little bit more robust. I mean, you can write articles. People can comment on those articles. I think you see a lot of that noise problem in Facebook or when you search Google. Google has directories. If you have a bad experience, you're much more likely to complain about it than your positive experience. So we need to gauge those that have a positive experience, develop a relationship online, to get them to recommend and want to post, versus those that have problems. How do we respond immediately? Do we have a response policy in place and how we want to react? While we apologize your problem, we've heard about it. We're taking necessary actions to make that better. We hope you're able to stop back in and talk to you about it. Or we'll give you a gift card. Those types of things. Figure out how you need to respond, how your organization wants to respond, so everybody is kind of coherent in that message. Yeah?
It just occurred to me, I think I signed up for Twitter. I have no clue whether there's anything good or bad about me out there. How do I find out?
You can go to search.twitter.com and type your company name in. Do the same on Google. Yeah. You can do it on Google. One more question?
One more question? Okay.
I know that LinkedIn is, for instance, when I create my account, I put my Yahoo address.
Uh-huh.
So then I have to recreate my whole profile and my company address.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like, with Twitter, is it merging on it? Do you understand what I mean? Or do you need to have an email address?
People on Twitter aren't going to see your email address.
But when you log in, because I guess when I get there, I'd like to,
Consolidate.
well, not well, the LinkedIn, I would love to consolidate the LinkedIn. For Twitter, do you have to issue the
No. I don't think so. Well, I'm not sure I 100% understand what you're asking, I guess. If I create a Twitter account for my organization, then it's different than my personal one. I would say yes. LinkedIn, you only want to be one. You know, if you're not comfortable, especially on LinkedIn, Facebook's a little bit of a different story right now. But if you're not comfortable on LinkedIn being who you are and who you work for and need two separate profiles, you just have them set up that way. Yeah. I think you can delete other one. Yeah. You can't, yeah, they don't let you change it. So hopefully it helps you a little bit. But
David, thank you so much.
You're
David Toth, Work Smart Integrated Marketing.